I believe the culture of your organization is your golden goose. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how to protect your bank from the carnage that happens by bringing in executives from the outside who don't get your culture. Now, if you're the kind of leader who feels like your executive team is ready to run a bank twice its current size and the next in line are ready to do the same, don't go anywhere because I have a few nuggets for you to make things even better. If, on the other hand, you're looking around the table at your executive team meetings and seeing a lot of gray hair and you're not absolutely convinced the next string could, within a few years, run a bank twice the size, you're going to love what I have to share with you so you can solve this before it's too late. If you're someone that's somewhere in between, that's typical, and you'll love knowing that you can protect your momentum and decrease your chance of a, oh my gosh, we didn't see that coming moment. There are a few challenges to getting your next executive team ready. First, your current team may be operating so well that the people beneath them haven't really had a chance to develop their skills and their ways of being. Second, there may be too few candidates internally that would want the life of an executive, and they've made that clear. If you can't even identify at least 3 people who are candidates for each executive slot, you're in trouble. Third and most challenging, most banks think they'll solve the problem by recruiting when the time comes. The Society for Human Resources and Executive Management has statistics that show that only 1/3 of managers and executives placed in a new firm last more than a year. It's a huge risk, both that they won't work out or worse, that they will stay but destroy your culture in the process. Seems like most banks have at least one of these 3 issues. Today I'm going to give you a 4-step solution that will guarantee that your organization never finds itself without fully prepared executives and a strong bench. Step 1, the 3-to-1 formula for executive replacement. Unlike so many approaches at succession planning, where a successor to the throne is listed and then people sit and wait for their turn, you need to have at least 3 people selected for each position. Each future exec should have a working development plan to get up the skills and the ways of being of an executive. Step 2, farm, don't hunt. In contrast to the we'll find a headhunter approach, realize that growing your own is always a better alternative. But growing doesn't happen without an extreme education and development plan that you stick to. And step 3, focus on thinking skills. Beyond just teaching future leaders the skills they need, what makes an executive and not a manager are their critical thinking skills. Uncommon sense, their ability to quickly sort through options and see the forest for the trees and pull out what doesn't matter so that a fast decision can be made. A recent study showed that CEOs identified their biggest problem was not having enough talent to move into the C-suite. From talking with hundreds of bank executives each month, it's an extreme issue in banking that could cost hundreds of banks their existence. Step 4, coach them up. Unlike the sit and wait approach, getting that executive in waiting an executive coach or executive education is imperative. This goes beyond graduate school banking where people learn how banking works. They need an education in how to systematically and reliably make more money with less risk. So 4 steps. First, get a succession plan with at least 3 in line for every position and get them tracking fast. Second, get the growth and development plan kicked off and institutionalized. Third, beyond the skills, they need to learn to reason like executives. And last, they need to understand what really works to make money. They need to learn the new game of banking. By having your executive development and succession plan in the works, you can assure that your bank will be in business and healthy through the next generation. Join me next time and I'll show you how to build more accountability in your executive team.